Hi, my name is Ricky Lovett. This is my persuasive speech about aliens, and it's called They Come From Above. Have you ever had that eerie feeling when you're just walking outside at night looking at those bright stars? Did you start to feel like there's something watching you, or that you're not alone? Well, have you ever given into the thought that there just might be something out there keeping tabs on you? Well, I'm here to talk to you about that one inkling that you felt when you gave into your imagination of the impossible. And if you haven't figured it out by now, yes, I'm talking about aliens. The ancient celestial beings that are out there somewhere in the universe and possibly even here on Earth. But before I try to open up your minds to the weirder side of things, I want to give you some background info about my beliefs. Yes, I am a religious man. I went to a Catholic grade school for 8 years, and I do believe and have faith in God. So I'm almost contradicting myself with this speech, but when I think of God in the Bible, the first thing that comes to my mind, it's a controversial verse from the Bible, and it's from the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 27. God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. So that's just pretty much saying we are made in God's image. So my thought process is, we don't know what happened before our time. No one will ever know that. So who's to say that God didn't try, creating humans or just life on, different planets or just different galaxies or anything like that. So, taking that into consideration, if God is, all powerful, all knowing, just, high power being, the aliens could have been made in his image. They could be anything from big, just green eyes, normal looking aliens that could be in his image, because no one knows what God looks like. So who is to say that he hasn't tried this before? So, that's just one of the theories that I've heard and actually, ranted off about before with friends and everything like that. But taking into consideration that I do believe in God and was raised Catholic, I want to tell you what made my alien belief so strong. And this happened around 2011, and it was a video that I found on YouTube. And this kind of pushed my belief about aliens to the next limit, if you will. It is called the Dome of the Temple of the Rock, and it is just a UFO sighting. It happened in Jerusalem, and it is a white flashing orb that's just hanging and surveying the city of Jerusalem, and it stops right above the Dome of the Temple of the Rock, hovers slowly, straight down right before the point, kind of circles around it a little bit, gives off a massive bright light, and then warps straight up. I will have the link of this video in my description so you guys can see it yourself. But I know that the government has nothing like that. The way that it moved, the way that it warped itself, it's just, it has to be, aliens or something around those lines. There's no way that it could be anything but. But the next thing that I actually learned about, just in history class and everything like that, was the ancient civilization. They were called the Nazcas, and what they did is drew huge drawings. I'm talking kilometers long of animals, like insects, like they had whales, a dog, spider, ant. They showed agriculture, like flowers and everything like that, and all those, like I said, huge, pointing to the sky. And this civilization lived about 1,500 to 2,000 years ago. So obviously there is no planes or anything like that. So why else would this civilization draw these huge drawings pointed straight at the sky if they weren't trying to communicate with someone that's coming from up there, So that just, that really makes you think, what were they trying to accomplish with that? But according to the archaeology online, the author of the article, The Nazca Lines, Mystery on the Plains, Turini Carr states and asks, much mystery surrounds these drawings, for their exact purpose and meaning remains unknown. How were they created so precisely? Some of the lines continue for kilometers on, and only varying by a few degrees, for whom and for why. So again, he has the same exact thought. Why else would they be doing this if not to communicate with the possible beings that came down and showed him the way of life, showed him agriculture, and all of these different, like, animals and everything like that? Why wouldn't they try to communicate? And to dig even deeper into the unknown, I actually have another story. Um, I had a conversation with an ex-coworker of mine, and we were on the subject of aliens, and she revealed to me that her grandfather worked in the CIA and specialized in the Area 51 division. So before I get into that, um, I had an audience analysis. I had two questions, and the first one was, what U.S. city and state did the infamous UFO crash landing happen in, which started the Area 51 project? A peer of mine, Deborah Oberg, she said that the crash was in Roswell, New Mexico, and they took it to an Air Force base in Nevada, somewhere by Las Vegas and Carson City, which is dead on. I mean, everyone knows the infamous, UFO crash landing in New Mexico, Roswell. So, I mean, she has that spot on. And my second question is, do you believe that alien life forms exist at all? Also, do you believe that they made contact with Earth, possibly still here, or are they just government cover-up and conspiracies? She, Deborah Oberg, also said that yes, I believe that alien life forms exist, and I believe that they have made contact. She also believes that it was a government cover-up. So, I mean, there's many, many people out there, who believes this stuff. The government has to cover things up to keep control of society, make sure nothing goes, out of whack. They just don't think that we are ready, for this type of contact or communication with these other beings. But to finish the story, with my ex-coworker's grandfather, they would, talk about these things, but since he was in the CIA, he highly felt that his house was bugged. So the only time that he would talk about special, touchy subjects was in his basement, where he had absolutely nothing down there, no bugs. It was just kind of an empty, solid brick room. That's the only place that he would actually talk about anything like that to anyone. And he was a very well-known guy. He knew many celebrities and had them over, at his house for dinner and everything. So, I mean, taking that into consideration, coming from the granddaughter of him, I feel, again, that aliens are real, and he said straight up to her that they are real. So she, kind of was very thrown off by this. She was a little kid at this time, so it's very interesting and just weird to know how much is really being covered up, by government, and what is exactly out there, and we will never know, until they want to exactly present themselves. But I mean, I could go on for days about why I believe in these unknown beings. But when it comes to the grays, the greens, or the ones that come from above, no matter what you call them, they are out there, and they are real. It doesn't matter what religion you believe in, or what lifestyle you live. You cannot deny the common basic knowledge that humans have, humans' imagination, and the vastness of space. The people before our time, like the Mayans and the Nazcas, accepted these ancient creatures, and I think we should learn from them and continue in their footsteps. So, with trying to wrap your mind around everything that I just explained to you, I only have one question left. Do you believe? Thank you.